week 17. From where we ended last week, we got a break of this declining channel here, making sellers more comfortable and thinking no one would buy this shit. But that is the interesting part. When you go to the 4 hour and you see this extended ascending channel from the beginning of February, we rose above it, but we never retested it. So we stayed above, went to the top of this channel, and then we rose from here, and now we are back at the 50. We retested clearly on the 4 hour. On the hourly this goes down. We reach almost the 50, but this becomes a wick on the 4 hour, and we close rightly above, so we retested this, and then the rest of the week was just rising from it. Through the top of that channel, went to the duplication, and that was the sell signal from there, and now we retested again, broke it here. And now we can see that we established an ascending channel. So now maybe we go back to these tops here and can buy our way up or sell our way down. A lot of these indices are in the same places. S&P from last week. Also we broke here. We broke here. Then we were hovering here around. One more dip down on Friday, because everything dips apparently on Friday, and that was the dip. Bottom, and then from the rest of the week we went rising here, establishing again an ascending channel. NQ did the same. Oil, also from last time, went rising. Everything just kept rising from last week. We went back to 81, retested a few times, but the retest of 81, if we go to the 4 hour, it is, so we have the channel. This can be a little bit more cleaner. This channel here, so we broke out of it. We also broke out of this ascending channel here, and then when we broke this channel duplication here, we never retested, created a new top. Now we came back down, retested this multiple times, which is also this zone here, which is also the bottom of the duplication of the prior channel, declining one, and now we are rising back above it. So it's gonna see if we can go back to these tops, respect here, respect the 50%, respect this line, go back down, I don't know. Silver and gold also just kept rising after last week. We broke this line here, and then we went to the top, the bottom of this declining channel also. I put it here because this on the 4 hour creates the wick. So I don't need to go to the top of the wick because this is just, better at the closures. But we broke this triangle down, and then we created the bottom with a nice engulfing here, which is also the ascending line of the 4 hour here. Messy but reliable. So now if we can hold this flag a little bit down more, then the push up could be fabulous. Same for gold. If we can go back to these levels here, see what this ascending channel can do. But this could be the guide that brings us back lower to these bottoms again to buy it again, because this is a flag in the making. From last week I told you that we bottomed here, so we broke these levels here that I thought that we were going to go long, broke it up, and then we went to the duplication, the third duplication actually of this inner channel. And then from there on the rest of the week we just went up. So Monday was here, the dip on Friday, big flash crash kind of shit. But then the engulfing here, that was the reason, okay, we're not gonna go any lower. Then we just retested again a little bit lower, taking all the buyers out, and then we rose. And now we are stuck here, which creates this also flag channel, and I don't know if I can duplicate that. If it makes sense to do it. No, that will. Okay, so we see that we have clear support on the 50% of the duplication range. We never went down and then we just rose from here. So now this candle here could be promising because it's still on this flip line. You know, anything in between here are stops. TJ from last week, I had the sell-off here, and then we were here hovering. We had a little pullback up to go down, but never broke the new low. So that means we are still going up, because on the 4 hourly we have this low with the candle close, then we have this wick which can be ignored, and then this, because this close is higher than this close. This was a signal of, okay, we're not going to go down to the bottom of these channels. So we rose up. The rest in the beginning of the week had a little pullback Tuesday evening, and then we kept rising from there. Same for all the yen pairs. If I look at UJ, eventually this needs to come down, but apparently not now. This is also very interesting for the dollar, because if the Japanese yen bank doesn't change their rates, the yen is going to keep plummeting, and that is very bad for their economy. So are they doing this on purpose? But it devalues the dollar also. If you look at the devaluation from gold kept rising against dollar. The yen, the yen kept rising against the dollar. So this is all, yeah, not so good, but interesting. Because we broke this channel here. This is the daily. If we look at the 4 hour, this was last week. There was a clear wave going on here, but we kept making smaller lower lows and kept fading the highs. So because we don't create new higher highs, then we can create a channel. The channel was here, we kept support, and then we just broke it. And then this happened on Friday. Always fucking goes down on Friday. But now we broke an outer channel that goes back from, yeah, God knows when. So now there needs to be a pullback from these things. So all yen pairs had the same kind of moves. Beginning of the week, we dipped a little bit here, then we broke out of this channel here. Big engulfing, which would make you think that we could go down, but it was just a retest to go higher. So these are all very steep channels that get respected. Yeah, GJ. So yeah, we went out. Then GA. Last week it was not so clear. We were around here hovering, I think. Or were we still up? No, we were still here at the top of this channel. A double top. Clearly out of the channel, and now we were back in. So yeah, with this double top here, if we don't make new lows here, we could go higher. Breaking, if we can respect this declining channel, then maybe we go for bottoms here and then rise up again, because here there is still a lot of space here that we need to go out to. And the fact that we rose out of this declining channel with a double top, yeah, could mean that we go higher. And we are not also really breaking this last recent swing point bottom. So yeah, maybe 190 could be a nice catch. Euro USD from last week, we respected this channel and kept rising, so this was a nice buy. These were nice sells. Now we are hovering in the middle of these channels here. See where we end up. Still a lot of space here, and if the dollar keeps going down, if we can respect this declining channel here, that means Euro USD can keep rising. Euro JPY, same story, broke out of it. Last week, I think we were hovering here. So this candle closure that it was above this high, I was not sure how to do it or what happened, because the duplication get respected. We closed not lower on this channel, which could give you more reasons to go high, and then this impulse came, and that was the clear sign to go high. EuroCut was the only trade I took this week. Very, very, very interesting play. So 4 hour looks like a clean channel, get respected. The thing that I was interested about is where the wicks here were. If you look at the hourly, So this was the first top. We had an ascending channel, some dojis at the top, some dojis at the other top, respecting the 50% of this channel, not making new highs, and then breaking down channel after channel, a nice retest, sell off, breaking under the 50% range, and then we kept going here. Double tap here, engulfing, nice signal to go long, and then this wick here, got me interesting. So Monday was somewhere around here. Yeah, we had the flag, we broke the flag down, but with respect to the bottom of this channel here. Let me put it on the 30-minute, that was more clean. So we kept going down, a retest of this zone here, up under the 50%, triple top, big impulse up, and then I just kept watching it, how it went higher, and then it created this base. This gives you an opportunity to create a channel. The channel is where all the sellers are here, because we are at this range here. We broke out of this major flag signal, so people want to have a retest or sell it back down, because we are not high. We didn't break any highs here, so people want to sell. That's why all the accumulation is that you can see here on the wicks. Then this big impulse came. This was Thursday, 3:30. This is the hour where actually everything begins. So why this push up? Many got stopped out here because we broke this channel here that all the people see, that all the people want to see. We retested here and we broke out of here. But the first wick close that we had here was under this bigger line. So if one channel breaks, it usually means that it wants to go higher to another channel. If you don't have any higher time frame reasons to sell, this is mostly one of the reasons that it just wants to push. And this is where wicks get created. So this little channel that you see here, this duplication channel, is the wick zone. So this is the beginning of the channel, the forming. This is the bottom. All these areas here are with engulfing candles. All of them. Same goes on the other hand. You have a big strong wick candle here, hop, gets engulfed. So I thought this was very interesting play, how this was gonna turn out. So we respect the channel. We make this big wick here, thinking shit goes up, we go down. So everybody gets stopped out, wants to sell it again, pushes out of the channel, and then these kind of candles gets created. But as you can see, we respect the top of this channel. So from here, we just needed to push up to go to the top of this ascending channel, and from there we just kept going down. Retested the channel that it was in again and went down. And then on the hourly, you can see that it gets presented with a lot of wicks. All opportunities to get in more cells. And now it broke the ascending channel. So if we copy paste it, you can kind of see where it wants to go. On the 4 hour, this gets represented as one impulse candle with a big wick and then an engulfing bearish candle following. So I expect that next week we just follow through to go again to these bottoms here and then maybe go back up. So that was the only trade today, this week. NCAT is a little bit the same as EuroCAT. From last week, this also kept just rising. We had the big sell-off here, and that created probably the bottom. So outer channel, you can see I just take from one leg to the other and then just see where we can parallel move. So one touch, maybe a second touch, didn't work out, and now we came back to the bottom of this channel. Big wick away, and from there we just kept rising. Yen pairs, the mechanical one from last week. Respected the channel, broke above it, engulfing again, and then from there we just kept rising. We went out of the channel, messy, didn't create a new high, get back down, retest, and that's how we create our ascending channel that is going on now. But now we are still not hovering above 0.91500. So if we don't go above that, it just depends how dollar is moving. Yen pairs, all the same. This was from last week. I thought that we were going to respect this channel, but we just broke out of it, retested, and went higher. So the bottom was also here created, which was the bottom of this channel. So now we are just again in the middle. Yen pair. This from last week, I don't know exactly where we were. I think we were here ascending, also the breakout of it, very nice. And then to end Bitcoin, going down from last week.